Hi everybody, this is Amy Page. I'm the Instructional Technology Coordinator and Design Coordinator for the School of Life Sciences. And I'm just going to do a quick video about some of the technologies that Dr. Brunel mentioned in her blog about randomly calling on students. So the first app that I'd recommend if you have an iPad or an iPhone is called PickMe. It's a very simple, easy to use generator for randomly picking students. What I like about it is the interface is very intuitive, and when it picks a student, it then gives you a little icon that you see here in the picture, a thumbs up or a thumbs down. So you can real quickly assess whether or not the student answered the question well, with just a thumbs up or thumbs down. Now it will save that setting along with the student's name, so you can actually go back in and see which ones of your students are answering questions well and which ones aren't. You can email that information to the student directly, or you can just keep it for your own participation logs. The other thing that I like about a lot of these apps is that they will allow you to kind of fine-tune how you call on students. So if a student is answering questions really well every time they're called on, you may not want to pick them quite as often. Or if someone is having problems answering questions, you can ask that it skip that person and you'll talk to them later in the day and get them back on track. So it has some nice fine-tuning features that you might want to look into. The second app that I really like, even though it's very obviously designed for K-12, actually K-8, the little kids, it actually is a pretty sophisticated tool. It's based on the idea that each of the students had a popsicle stick with their name on it. The teacher would put all those into a can and draw out the popsicle sticks every time a student answered a question, and then they would know who had answered questions and who hadn't. So it's based on that real basic kindergarten perhaps idea. But what's nice about it is that it actually helps you develop questions for your students. So you can ask students different levels of questions depending on their cognitive abilities. So in other words, it's based off of Bloom's taxonomy, and you could ask a student that maybe has English as a second language. You could ask them more of a yes-no question. Someone who's a little more comfortable with understanding the language, you might have a higher level of Bloom's taxonomy for them. It will, again, let you kind of rate the students, but it will also, what I really like about it is it will give you some prompts for what types of questions you can ask that are at the various Bloom's taxonomy levels. So it's kind of fun to play with because it does make you think about how you're asking the questions. And then the last thing I want to talk to you about real quickly is if you want something very simple and very basic, we have a Google Doc. It's actually a Google spreadsheet that is set up to generate a random student every time, and it's already a template. So all you have to do is fill in your own students. You can see by going down here to the roster. If we click on the roster, you'll see that just the names of the students are filled in for each of your classes. And then by clicking on the chooser, it will choose a student for you to call on. All you have to do is refresh the screen and it'll give you a new student to call on. There we go. So it's a quick and easy way to do it. It does not save who you called on or any kind of participation, but it's a nice easy way to bring that into your class. What a lot of faculty do is to actually pull that up on the screen so that everybody sees that it was generated and they see the next person that you're going to call on. So with that, I hope you got some ideas. If you have any questions or you want to get this template for the Google Docs, just email me and I'll send it over to you. Thanks a lot.